I need a new table, but this wasn't working. Thankfully, these will, and this process will change the way that you look at your scrap pile. 99% of the wood that you see here on this wood rack was free, off of the side of the road. Boards filled with nail holes, covered in paint, and sometimes full of rot. That can make so many of these boards almost impossible to work with. And with most of these boards being short, the biggest struggle of all is tabletops. But I have a plan. But even with that plan, it didn't change the fact that when I was done with this table, I made a decision that I didn't even see coming. So the first thing we're going to want to do is grab some boards and start ripping them all to matching widths. But this isn't going to work with any old board. We need at least one straight side of this board to begin with that we're going to run along our table saw fence. Not a problem for me because I have a jointer. But if you don't have a jointer, there's a simple jig for this called a straight line jig. And I'm sure you're thinking you don't want to spend your money on more stuff. Neither do I. This is a super simple jig that anybody can make with just one nice straight piece of wood. By adding toggle clamps to the top of this board, you can now clamp your piece down and run this through your table saw with the straight side of your jig running along the fence. Now all you need to do is take that board out of the jig, move your fence over a little bit, and flip it around, pass it through your table saw again, and you have two parallel lines. So now we have a bunch of boards ripped to the same width on our table saw, but we need to cut them to length. And I need to cut them to a specific length because I'm going to be making finger joint style ends for this. This will all make more sense once you can see what I'm actually talking about. "90% of getting a good glue up with a project like this is going into it with a plan. But obviously, this isn't my strong suit. Here we go. Great. This is going good. Get the on, you motherfucker. Come on, you motherfucker. Everything's going great. Exactly like I hoped for. I'm gonna lay it all back out off camera. But starting with some good clean lines definitely helps, and at least I got that part right. I may have made my way through this unplanned glue up, but now here I am out in my driveway wetting a rag in a puddle like a f***ing schmuck because I didn't plan for glue drips. It's winter, our hose is turned off, and I had muddy feet, so I didn't want to run into the house. What a moron. As you can see, I came up with a plan for these boards to alternate back and forth, leaving enough room for that little finger joint I'm going to be doing. Now it was time to glue up the ends of this tabletop, which I did the exact same way that I did the center, with a little bit more planning. By putting this little block of wood alternated between every other board, I could make sure that these finger joints were going to line up properly. But as much as you plan for something like that, it doesn't always work out the way you wanted. I was really going for a bowling alley look with this tabletop, but at this point I was starting to have some, let's say, thoughts about how this was going. But these things have a way of working out in the end. When I attempted to slide the ends into the center finger joints of this tabletop, some of the glue up split because it was so tight. We got this. Uh-oh. We got a break, but that's okay. I thought this was going to be a much bigger deal than it ended up being, because while I was gluing all this up, I just threw some more glue in and some extra clamps and it all worked out totally fine. And that's great, but now it's time to figure out this base. You can use all sorts of fancy joinery for your base, but it's not always necessary. Something as simple as a Craig jig can get this done, and honestly, I don't think that's even necessary all the time. I've seen some tables with exposed screws, bolts, or even nails in the base, and it gives it a really unique look. It all depends on the style you're going for. You're the maker. Make whatever you want. Nobody else has to like it. And honestly, sometimes in the end, you might find out you don't like it. I wanted to give this table base a bit of a mid-century modern look. So I used my table saw to taper the legs, and I added a little angle to them so that they would lean in on either side. The Kreg jig is a super easy tool to use to get some good strong joints for a table like this. So that's what I went with. At this point, the table base was done and I was getting close to finishing this table, but if you can't tell, I wasn't really liking it. Regardless, I figured I would finish this and see what I thought of it when I was all done. There were some small holes in the top from previous projects that had been done with this wood, and to try adding a little bit of something to it, I decided to make some square pegs and chisel out the holes where they were going to go. Once I had that done, I figured I could stain this and see if it just kind of pulled it all together and gave me something I would like a little bit more. But here's the thing nobody ever talks about. You're not going to like everything you make. When it's all said and done, you're going to see all of the flaws. And sometimes, it's just not going to turn out the way you pictured it when you started. But if we just avoid things because of the maybes and what ifs, we never try anything new. And we just keep making the same shit day in and day out. So no, I don't like this. But somebody else might. So I'm going to take this wood and put it right back where I found it. On the side of the road. For free. Oh, and get this. The day after somebody grabbed this off the side of the road, I got a phone call. Hello.
Hey.
Take two. Say your line.
You're a classic stuff.
I don't know. And then it's echoing like crazy. That's exactly what I'm going to use. Things just have a way of working out, I guess. Anyway, hit that like and subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, see you again, and have a good dream.